Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, in deck number 734, we're going to go mono red with Ilharg the Raze Boar, the Boar God, Pain Bacon. So for 5 mana, we get a 6/6 trample. Sounds awesome, right? When it attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Return that creature to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. And when it dies, you put it or is put into exile from the battlefield, you may put it in its owner's library third from the top. Not very relevant. When Commander, maybe if the Commander tax gets so much, maybe. But the ability here is we're not exactly playing creatures for free. They come into play tapped and attacking. Now, a lot of people think everybody's first blush is the Eldrazi Titans. Annihilator will not trigger because you do not declare that creature as an attacker. It's just you've already passed the declare attacker step, and you've declared Ilharg and whatever you're attacking with as attackers, and then you're past that. So what I wanted was abusing, because the card keeps coming back to your hand. Whatever Pain Bacon cheats out there, it comes back at the end of turn. So I wanted Sweet to come into play decks. So that is what I did. The very first thing, I'll show you the first card in the deck. I was like, well, Siege Gang Commander. Because Siege Gang Commander, he's going to come out attacking. He's going to bring his 3 buddies with him. And, if he lives through that combat, we'll do it again and just start mounding up goblin tokens, right? But before we get into all that, let's look at our ramp, of which we have a lot, because a lot of our creatures are expensive. We're going to want to, actual cast them at some point in time. So, there's a bunch here. It looks like these are in reverse order. Okay, sure. We have Dreamstone Hedron. Also doubles if you don't need the mana. You can draw 3 cards out of it, Sisay's Ring, Palladium Mirror, Spectral Searchlight. That's important for the red. Seer's Lantern, Unstable Obelisk. Star Compass, also for the red. Mind Stone, Guardian Idol. Wayfarer's Bauble goes and gets you a red. Prismatic Lens, Soul Ring. Now, the Expedition map can get anything. There's a good chance it'll probably end up being like a Rogue's Passage, or or maybe even Field of Ruin if there's a Maze of Ith out there, ruining your day. It is also quite possible that the Reliquary Tower might be necessary in this mono red deck. Not because of just card draw, but if that's what we're doing, well, the card's coming back at the end of turn, I do have Hazard's Monument to try to make it a little cheaper. Seething Song for a 1-shot. And Elena. This is beautiful with this specific deck. So, add an amount of red mana equal to the greatest power among creatures that enter the battlefield this turn. So, if you're free dropping big boys, she's going to tap for a lot of mana. Now, let's look at some more of those. Sweet comes into play. We have Anarchist to get that to get the sorcery back. We do have some sorceries, like Downhill Charge is a good card. Yeah, where X is the number of mountains you control, right? That's pretty good. If you need to clear the way, Magma Giant does 2 to everything. Crater Hellion does 4 to everything. Sandstone Oracle is a card-drawn machine, right? When it enters the battlefield, you choose an opponent that plays more cards to draw cards equal to the difference. Now, is now a good time to talk about Panharmonicon, because we have, creatures causing triggered abilities to trigger. Yeah. 2 triggers on that sweet Meteor Golem, right? The Mirror Ball. Yeah. I mean, if you don't cast it, you're just keeping getting, 4 mirror at a time. Hopefully you got, Panharmonicon out. Blade Griff Prototype. Destroy. I love this. Destroy target non-land permanent of that player's choice that one of your opponents controls. So I'm going to hit you with it, and you get to destroy somebody else's thing. Inferno Titan just comes in and just, throws a lightning bolt around. Revolutionist. Return an instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. The Quakefoot Colossus. Up to 2 target creatures can't block. Well, that's 1 for Pain Bacon and 1 for whoever he brings. So, not bad. Mom and Dad, Nalar. It's going to make some Thopters. Pilgrim's Eye, going to get that, stuff like this is kind of the reason for the Reliquary Tower, right? Because if you keep getting mountains in your hand, you don't want to, Avalanche Riders. Now that's a beast. Especially, it's really awesome when you can get that effect every turn and don't have to pay the echo, right? Now, Desolation Twin is where everybody's mind went to, right? Because you just want to, every turn, drop this out there to keep mounting up 10/10 Eldrazi tokens. And that's cool. Don't get me wrong. That's cool, and that's why it's in here. But I really like the Keldon Firebombers. Yep. Each player sacks all the lands they control except for 3. And we're going to do it over and over again, right? That's hence all of the artifact mana. All the ramp was in there to help us get to cast these high casting cost cards, but also it protects us for our, it's not a, okay, I guess it is mass land destruction in the late game. So let's look at some other stuff. Warstorm Surge. That's what, creature enters a battlefield, it deals damage to its power. Whoa. We're not even paying for it. It's just, Pain Bacon's just bringing it. Bedlam. No, creatures can't block. I'm banking on out-creaturing, our opponents. And then Impact Tremors, because not only are we looping the creature through, but any of those token generators, yeah, Impact Tremors can do some damage there. I've got Fling for big stuff. Lightning Greaves, Whisper Silk Cloak to protect our thing. We are playing mono red, and we do want to attack, so the Claws of Valakut seems like a good play. Disaster Radius. If we just got to clear the board, we probably have some big dudes in our hand. Little card draw and Tormenting Voice, Thrill of Possibility. Humble Defector, maybe we can make a deal. Staff of Nin. But let's look at our other creatures that are just good, that we just want to... they're alright, but they don't have comes into play effects, right? We have Breaker of Armies. Everybody's got to block the Breaker, so Pain Bacon's living through it. Ulamog's Crusher, there again, the Annihilator doesn't trigger when our commander brings him in, but it's not still an 8/8. It's not out of the realm of possibilities to cast this thing. Avatar of Slaughter's a pretty sweet one. If you just cast, let's see, if we attack with Ilharg and bring out the Avatar, that's 28 damage, because the Avatar will have double strike and Ilharg will have double strike. That's 12. 12, 16, 28, yeah. And the beautiful part here is the Avatar says all creatures have double strike. You don't really want to give your opponent's creatures double strike, so having this bounce back to your hand is probably a good idea. Hamlet back. Because why not, right? I mean, you just throw it out there. You're never going to want to cheat it out with the commander, but another creature, it's just going to get huge. Gargadon's just a beater. It has trample. The Ripscale just is a beater that has menace. Morog. Now, the landfall here, whenever there's an additional combat phase after this main phase, at the beginning of that combat, untap all creatures you control. So you can keep, and that may be a whole different build, is all of the relentless assault type effects to where you just keep attacking the same turn over and over with Ilharg and keep dropping creatures. Maybe. Steel Hellkite's just good for removal. Archetype of aggression. You know, I want trample on my things. Phyrexian Juggernaut. It's a 5 power infect. That's not bad. We have Conquering Manticore. Now, I have it over here because I realize that is an ETB effect. You gain control of target creature an opponent controls to end of turn. Untap it, it gains haste. That's fine. But if our commander brings it out, we're already past our declare attacker steps. So maybe for removing a blocker, if we have a sack outlet, whatever, and then we have Fury. Now, I chose Fury because it is a creature with double strike. But it is also a removal spell if need be, which is a good segue into our removal. Now, all told, this deck's $102 even. I'm going to have a ton of fun with it. Earthquake. Get rid of all them little things. Pyroblast. Obviously for, you know, the blue problem. So much so that I'm using also an active Volcano as well. And then have the 3 cycling lands. The Desert of the Fervent. Forgotten Cave. Smoldering Crater. I'm using Temple of the False God. Just because it, you know, late game, it's 1 land drop that acts like 2. And then Forge of Heroes. Because, you know, why not? Why not make a 7/7? That way it's 3 hits with Ilharg kill somebody. Let's not forget that, because Ilharg is our commander that we want to get into combat. So we're probably doing, you know, serious amounts of damage with Ilharg just as a big creature. Especially a 5-mana 6/6 trample, which is a really great ability. That is Ilharg. I don't know how many times I actually said pain bacon during that. And, oh, hey, we're tapping. Let's go put 734 on the wall. Ilharg. That section is filling up fast, didn't it? I had to move the painting, obviously. But, yeah, this block is probably filling up faster than any others. Yeah. Still got, I have, right now, I'm looking at 8 more decks built. So, I'm going to go so I can film those. And y'all let me know what you think. And I do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, we're going to go ahead and shuffle and cut.